Welcome to another episode of the In My House Techno Music Show. I'm your host, T. Carlita, and it is the first of the month. And so you know what that means. DJ Cent is going to give us 2 cents of house history, plus a Spirit of 313 mix this month. Not by John Easley, but put together by me. It's not really a DJ mix. It's just some records that I've put together, but it's a special 20-year anniversary for the track selection for the Spirit of 313 mix this month, plus a new segment for those who know, featuring artist history by the official In My House historian, Mr. Stevie Anderson, over in the UK. He actually types it out and sends it to me, and then I record it and read it for him. So one day we'll get to hear his voice. We're working on some things, and one day you'll be able to hear his voice. He's been following the show since the beginning, so I really appreciate his input. So we got a segment called For Those Who Know. Plus, on this episode, we dig in the archives again with an interview with David Hump The Grinder. It was one of the other times that he had been on the show. This was during the Electronic Movement Festival, and we did the live recording at Submerge, where it was Dana, DJ Dane Mont, Reggie Reg, TM, Alexander Robotnik, Renee Foster, DJ Louise, Bill Stacy, and Tom Linder, and Angie Linder. There was a bunch of people hanging out at Submerge that day. So anyway, this is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show. I also wanted to give a huge shout out to Eric Sabree, Wayne County Treasurer's Office, for supporting the show, continuing supporting the show. I appreciate you for that. But anyway, let's enjoy the show, and I will be back with some more stuff to share. You are in my house, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. And now, DJ Cent gives 2 cents of house history.
Hey everyone, for the In My House and Techno Show with host T. Carlita, this is DJ Cent gives 2 cent house history. Kicking off 2017, gotta pay homage to a musical diva, Detroit's own Miss Aretha Franklin, singer, songwriter, composer, musical director, musician, and actress. Her career began singing gospel at her father's church, New Bethel Baptist, as a child in 1960. By 18, she had started recording for Columbia Records, but she had only achieved modest success. And in 1967, she signed with Atlantic Records and started seeing success with songs like Respect, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, and Think. These hits, along with a few others, earned her the title the Queen of Soul by the end of the 60s decade. Man, the 70s, 80s, even into the 90s, she just had so much success in so many different areas. A few of her tracks, and as far as her albums, Jump to It and Who's Zooming Who. She also made a guest appearance in the film The Blues Brothers, which I think really put her on a crossover map to so many different people. She's also won international acclaim for singing the opera Aurora, Newsom Demora, at the Grammys of that year, replacing Luciano Pavarotti, one of the best performances I have ever seen. If you guys get a chance, you got to watch that video. Her career just continued to span from there, just making some amazing, for a female She had a total of 112 chart singles on Billboard with 77 Hot 100 entries. She also had 17 top pop singles, 100 R&B entries, and just 20 number one R&B singles. She has been charted as one of the most charted female artists since the chart's history. She won 18 Grammy Awards and was one of the best-selling female artists of all time, having sold 75 million records worldwide. I mean, we've used her voice in so many different areas: gospel music, house music, dance music, to opera. And I could say she has probably one of the most unique voices I've ever heard. She always continued to push the covers of different people. I loved her rendition of Adele's Rolling in Deep. Man, she has just been a force for decades, all while dealing with some major adversities in her journey. But she continued to push forward. I mean, and people just continue to honor her throughout her career. She's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the UK Music Hall of Fame, Gospel Music Hall of Fame. She's listed twice on Rolling Stone magazine as one of the 100 greatest artists of all time, which she placed number 9, and also one of the top 100 singers of all time, where she placed number 1. Man, one of the best dance records I have, which is a triple pack 12-inch of Deeper Love. That record was sick. I mean, so many DJs rocked it. And just, her collection of the dance house scene has just truly been amazing, just showing her versatility. Over her time, she's also been dealing with some undisclosed illnesses. I'm just so glad to see that she's returned to live performing, which included a 2016 performance singing the Star Spangled Banner for the Thanksgiving Day Detroit Lions game at Ford Field. Man, it was just a blessing and a treat for myself and for those who had never heard or saw her perform live. One of my parents' all-time favorites, truly in my generation and generations to come, will enjoy this precious gem. Not too many careers have stood the test of time the way Miss Franklin's has. Her versatility, as well as showing us all how to be like a chameleon, adapting and making the necessary changes to stay relevant in all areas of performing arts. Man, much love and respect to Miss Aretha Franklin. Thank you for the many years, with hopefully many more to come. Guys, if you get a chance, take a moment to check out her videos, her music. Also, get my music, my mixes, my USB and CDs, and some of my exclusive tracks at djcent.com. Thank you so much for this continued support. You guys spread the word for the In My House and Techno Show with host T. Carlita. This has been DJ Cent Gives 2 Cent House History. Guys, God bless. Take care.
This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. During the month of February, my office will be hosting Taxpayer Assistance Saturdays. Each Saturday in February, members of my staff will welcome you to Wayne County Community College campus locations from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. These sessions with taxpayers are to explain assistance options that may help avoid foreclosure proceedings. Any resident owing 2016 and prior taxes is encouraged to attend a Taxpayer Assistance Saturday. If you are able to pay your back taxes, we will accept money orders and cashier checks checks on site made payable to the Wayne County Treasurer. Please join us at the Northwest Campus on Outer Drive in Southfield in Detroit on February 4th. If you are unable to attend the Taxpayer Assistance Saturday, you may qualify for one of the other programs offered by the Treasurer's Office. Information on these programs are available on the Treasurer's website, treasurer.waynecounty.com. Questions can be emailed to taxinfo@waynecounty.com or by calling 313-224-5990.
What up, Doe? Detroit. 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 What up, Doe?
All right, we are back in the house, coming to you live from Submerge, the center of Detroit Techno. And I am your host and producer, T. Carlita. And I also want to give another shout out to Andy Vaz, Mr. Vaz Up, over there in Germany. What up, Vaz Up? So for now, hey, this guy right here, ride or die, right arm, left arm, all the arms, holds me up, got my back on all points. Trust me when I say that. He is a legend also. This is Hump the Grinder. David Humphreys, Hair Wars, DJ extraordinaire, icon, legend, Hump the Grinder. What's up?
Hey, it's a pleasure being here on your show. Yes. I've watched your show. I've seen so many of them.
Yes, you have.
Everyone.
Oh, no, really? Even when I wasn't there, you were there, remember?
Right.
Oh, matter of fact, let me break this story. This is too funny because this time last year, I was in Honduras.
Right.
And remember, you had to do the Wednesday show for me while I was in Honduras.
Right.
And do you remember who the guest was on that Wednesday show when I was in Honduras?
Who was the guest?
Alexander Robotnik, my Skype. Remember?
Skype. Yeah, I remember that now.
Oh my
yeah.
God, this is so full circle. I'm gonna really start crying tonight, but not right now. All right, so let's talk about behind the scenes and how you've seen this show evolve.
Well, I'll tell you, when it first started, neither one of us knew where it was going to go. But you had a vision. You wanted to bring it on. You had some people you knew through people, Techno House and all that. So when it first started, when Mike Banks and UR came down, they kicked it off.
Yeah.
Your first show. And that was, you put a stamp on it right there.
Yes.
And watching people come, a lot of folks came that I heard of myself over the years from Detroit. Never met them till your show came.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I heard this guy or this woman for 20, 30 years. Finally meeting them. So, and more important folks, I didn't know they had so much strength, until I started meeting them. Your viewership was getting bigger. We're looking at the numbers, over 70 countries, and folks were watching the show, different time zones, of course, and they watch it the next day sometimes. Like if you're on at Germany at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's a good hour for DJs, but some of them still watch it maybe the next day.
True.
But I watched the show evolve and become a power, a power surge all the way through the city, the country, and the world.
And I really have to, I gave Dana her props, her thanks, my brother Raybone, and you definitely, if it wasn't for you, you had your Hair Wars around the world. And you were doing it for 2 hours.
Yeah, we had a 2-hour show.
And I'm like, oh my God, it was so funny because I was, I'm putting a 2-hour show together. And what did I say to you? I'm like, damn, you used to do this every week.
And you were working with me behind the scenes for 2 hours.
On
the camera, director, and stuff. So I decided to cut my show to 1 hour.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden you came, hey.
Let's have an after party. Let's do some music at the hair show after the party. That was crazy. And he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Because, I don't like to disrespect people's space. Because you are Hump the Grinder. You are Hair Wars. And anybody that's from Detroit and from all over the world, they know how powerful the Hair Wars is. Because we always say two of the most powerful underground situations coming together. And let's talk about the underground, how powerful, because because Joe Beasy was talking about
the record pool, and let's talk about the underground.
Well, see, and now it's changed because technology, and they don't have the vinyl like they used to. Even though you got a vinyl party tonight, which is going to be great because I love vinyl, and I've been with the record pool since the record pool in Detroit started in 1978. It was called United Disco Pool.
Okay.
And Nick Sennacore was the director, and it changed as the years went on. But what was so powerful about the record pool was every Thursday between 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock, all the DJs in the record pool in Detroit would come down and get together. Artists would come through, producers would come through, let us listen to records, and it was a good meeting point for everybody was connected. Mm-hmm. And to this day, people don't know that there's organizations, more than one record pool in Detroit, but this United Dance Music Association was powerful. Everybody knew each other, supported other parties, but the main thing is we broke records. Mm-hmm. We played records. We didn't have to wait till anybody said anything. The next day or that night, we'd take it to the club, and we're going to try it out and bust these new records. And it wasn't about what's on the radio. We didn't give a damn about what's on the radio. We're playing for the people, and that F word comes into effect, too. That funk.
Can we get the F word again? Oh, the F word.
See, I play fast funk. I didn't know what, when techno came, house came, I had already been playing music, right? So they was having all these titles, My thing was, I just wanted them to dance. I'm going to funk them up. And it's fast funk. So that was techno to me. I didn't put nothing in the category. I play one Atkins song, or Derek Medley has these, come down to the club, bust a song. It was fast funk to me. Oh, you got a name for it. Techno. Okay. That sounds kind of cool. That's fast funk to me.
That's your story and you stick it to it.
That's right.
Oh, my God. That's funny. I remember back when I first met you, and it's funny. I'm telling you guys, when you get these records, I have been around like during the days when you would pick your records up, and I never forget how you would get the records, and we dig through them, and y'all DJs know about digging, so we dig through the brand new records, and you what's in the rhythm of testing out the new record before you put it out?
Well, the thing about it's really about it's a feeling, A DJ really is into his music. A lot of them are. They can take a record, play it the first time, and they know exactly where it's going to fit in. Mm-hmm. Now it's about programming that record. How are you going to fit it in? You can't just play it at any time or any kind of way. You got to fit it in right, to really get the best response for a record. But you go through records, and then sometimes you may have to go through a stack a second time, another day. Go through it, and you feel it. I might feel a bass line. I like to mix bass lines, so I can hear a bass line going, and I'm like, whoa, that can go with Rick James, a bass line. So, and then fit it in the pocket. As long as the record, it was, if it was DJ friendly, which most records were back then, give you a little intro or break somewhere out of it, and get down and work it.
So, you were with me when we drove to the airport, and we're sitting there patiently waiting for Alexander Robotnik. Now, you being a DJ icon from, years ago, tell me how important that record was for you.
Oh, for me?
I think it's on almost a lot.
It's a lot of my mixtapes. I even gave him a couple of mixtapes today that I had it on there. I thought he might enjoy it. Okay. But I played the hell out of that record. He came out in '83.
Yes.
Yeah, I probably mixed a bunch of tapes, cassettes back then. Okay. Before CDs came out, and had them on a lot of tapes, a lot of mixes. I always loved the song. It was different. And I was talking to him earlier when we were riding. He was talking about how these records, a lot of them are, same things going on. He had a lot of changes in this record. A lot of things going on. So it wasn't a simple track. And I really enjoyed it. And the people who partied off of that record enjoyed it. And they still do today.
Yeah, they do. They really, really do. And he's just awesome guy. So let's see here. Music, mixing, DJ. What are some of the advice? Because people always new guys want to hear from the legends. They really
one advice I probably could tell them is to practice.
Oh, oops.
Put time in it.
Practice. We're talking about
practice. A lot of times, the DJs, everything is instant oatmeal today. They want instant cookie. They want it right now, but it takes time. Just work it, but put time into it. And the more you put time into it, it's just becomes second nature. You can grab something, and everything is much easier You know, if you play the instrument, it might help too, because you know little 16 bars, and that might help when you're mixing, so you can mix at the right point, or you know, you do it any way you want to. I mean, some are little unorthodox mixers, you know, but as long as you keep the dance floor crowded, and don't lose people now, because you know you start losing, something's wrong. You know, you gotta. If you feel a little slip, you got to catch it real quick and get them back. You know, I like to, every record I want to play, I want it to be more our way. You know, now I'm gonna break you up. Well, I'm gonna break you up. You know, so that's just about how, you know, I just say take the time, study the crowd, and or just, you know, feel it.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, Hump the Grinder. You know, you, like I said, right, left, arm, back, hold me up. I call you in the middle of somewhere in the night. Can you do this for me? Because I forgot. He's like, girl, I did that already. I already knew you was going to forget. You didn't make them signs? Nah, hey, girl, I got you already.
And thanks for helping out the Hair Wars and all the DJs who participated last month's Hair Wars. You know, we had a lot of techno in the house that was a little different for the show, a little more than before, you know.
Definitely so. Definitely.
And I'd like to thank you for inviting me onto the show. Let me get back on that camera.
Yeah, oh, back to work. Sorry. You know, taskmaster. Hey.
Mommy, would you tell me the Hair Wars story?
Hair Wars began in Detroit in the mid-'80s, but has since taken on a life of its own, and performances now run from Miami to Hollywood.
This is a documentary. Some of the footage is kind of rough, but it's a documentary, and we're telling the story, the Hair Wars story.
Hair is hot in Detroit, and Detroit's hottest hairdressers want to show it off.
James passed away, and he went to Apollo and just turned it out with the Rick James tribute. So now it's Michael Jackson time.
It's Michael Jackson time. It's Thriller, baby.
Does the hair wear you, or do you wear the hair? Let me introduce you to your team.
Bam. Hi, Mr. Little.
Hey. I'm Lisa B. Hey.
And I'm Weaving Steven.
I'm doing a little hair and getting ready for the Hair Wars coming up this weekend.
I'm honored, you know, to be able to even be a part of it. And it's my first time, and there's a bunch of big wigs, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready.
Oh, it's a lot of putting everybody where they're supposed to be, making sure that they coordinate with everything.
It's Hump the Grinder's Hair Wars, the battle of the hair entertainers.
You've seen these hair entertainers on talk shows, entertainment shows, in magazines, and on music videos.
It is an event at which you will probably see the strangest hairdos you've ever imagined. It's done as a stage show, and not surprisingly, they call it Hair Wars.
We're getting ready to rock the house tonight.
The Hair Wars story, as told by Hump the Grinder, and that's me.
Is something out there called Hair Wars? Have you heard of Hair Wars?
I like to do just what turns me on.
Long live America's hair entertainers. When we first started, we just basically were winging it. You know, we had a party with a little hair. You'll see why. These are the world's greatest hair entertainers and hair creators.
Every last Thursday of the month, presented by Deep Sessions and hosted by In My House Techno Music Show with video and recordings by VJ Larson at the Whiskey Parlor. 608 Woodward Avenue, downtown Detroit, right next to Campus Martius and upstairs from the Grand Travis restaurant. Dissonant Melodies, giving you deep house grooves, a little bit of deep house, funk, disco, good vibes, good music, good food. Doors open at 8 o'clock and it's free admission. So come on down to the Whiskey Parlor and join us. Are you ready for Dissonant Melodies? Every last Thursday of the month. Doors open at 8, and remember, it's free. See you there with different DJs every month. Come on down and hang out with us. For those who know, Ron Trent. Since Altered States, his classic debut released in 1990 on Armando Gallup's Warehouse label, which he originally produced actually 2 years before that, while he was in high school and at the age of 15. Ron Trent's music has been a staple diet for DJs and vinyl record buyers across the globe. His trademark ethereal and spiritual sounds have not only delighted his fans, but have influenced many producers to adopt a similar approach to bring a musicality to their tracks, to produce tracks that call on dancers and the listener to feel the music and be enthralled by it. He was a teenager during Chicago's house music days in the late 1980s, where he witnessed and subsequently ventured into, first as an up-and-coming DJ, and secondly, having earned the respect of his peers and teachers, moved swiftly into music production. He honed his craft as a producer of considerable talent by utilizing all his early musical influences and knowledge to create spiritual, evoking compositions that quickly gained the attention and a loyal following. Ron's alliance with Shay Damir was pivotal. Prescription, the label, founded by the duo in 1993, revitalized house music in what appeared to be a stale and stagnated scene at the time. A steady stream of their tracks and remixes on KMS as well as Prescription were their signature deep minimal textures were released and characterized the label's approach to experimentation in sound. The label also featured such luminaries as Derek Carter, Glenn Underground, Roy Davis Jr., Raymond Thoney, Laura Gavor, Sundiana O.M., and Austin Baskin. With Ron at the helm, Prescription defined the early to mid-90s house music era, and a soon-to-be-released box set titled Prescription, Word, Sound, and Power is a fitting tribute to the label's longevity and the enduring quality of Ron Trent's music. Ron Trent's spell in New York led him to create a more organic sound in his music production, and with a new alliance with Giant Step Records, another enterprise was helping fellow Chicago house producer Anthony Nicholson establish a new house music label, Clear Audience, in 1997, which saw Ron entering a new production partnership with Anthony Nicholson, known as USG, or Urban Sound Gallery. The first 5 releases on the new label, as well as their production on Prescription, were well received by the dance music community, further enhancing Ron's status as one of house music's standard bearers. His return to Chicago has seen him co-found the legendary party Africa Hi-Fi with Sonia Hassan, which ran from 2004 to 2009, and later set up new labels in his own image, Future Vision and Music and Power. His remix back catalog is outstanding. He has done remixes for the likes of Jody Watley, Erykah Badu, Amp Fiddler, Rick Wilhite, 4Hero, Osunlade, Roland Clark, Louis Vega, and Jill Scott, just to name a few. His musicality, his musical tapestry has, as a producer and as a DJ, has rightly cemented his status within dance music circles and further afield as a living legend. His gift for music and DJing has and continues to excite and enchant and touch our soul. For those who know, Ron Trent, brought to you by Mr. Stevie Anderson, the official In My House Techno Music Show historian. This is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show. Now, let's give an ear and a listen, and if you can, you so shall dance. Here is Ron Trent at his very best. Enjoy. You are in my house, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played. Declaration. The spirit of 313 breathes an exuberant spirit to release your minds from negativity and cause the world's feet to dance. Dancers and listeners feel the positive energy and glimpse the creative spark which manifests into a wonderful light in their midst. Within sorrow, struggle, and even pain, the spirit of 313 brings spiritual freedom, a glimmer of hope, the possibilities of transformation through the love of our music to unite our world for the better. This is our belief. From us to you, we can and we will always be in the spirit of 313. Signed, T. Carlita and Stevie Anderson. And now celebrating the spirit of 313, a tribute and an honor for tracks that are celebrating 20 years this year. From Detroit, with love. This is the Spirit of 313 mix, put together by T. Carlita. Enjoy. Shout out to the artists who produced these tracks that you are listening to: Carl Craig, Jeff Mills, Robert Hood, and Underground Resistance. Congratulations for keeping the spirit of 313 going strong and actually being the inspiration of the spirit of 313 and why the world loves and adores techno, Detroit techno. This is T. Carlita for the In My House Techno Music Show. Spirit of 313, 20 years celebrating anniversary for some dynamic artists from the city that we love and respect, Detroit, Michigan, USA. that concludes this episode of the In My House Techno Music Show. I'm your host, T. Carlita, and I hope you've enjoyed the show this week and hope you will continue to enjoy shows to come. Continue to enjoy the Spirit of 313 mix, celebrating 20 years anniversary for the tracks that you have heard on this during this segment. So I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope you will research the artists and continue to support them and all the artists who produce and create quality music that we can enjoy, that feeds our soul, feeds our spirit, feeds our mind, and definitely gets us moving on the dance floor. This is In My House, for where the true stories are told and great music is played. Coming to you from Detroit, Michigan, USA. And thank you so much again to all the countries, over 70 now, who continue to follow and support the show, and to our show supporters, most recently added on, Eric Sabri, Wayne County Treasurer. Thank you for creating more ways and effective ways for people to save their homes from foreclosure. We appreciate you as well. This is T. Carlita. Until next time, we're going to keep the wheel spinning in the Spirit of 313 mix with the 20-year anniversary track mix. Take care. See you next time. You are in my house, hosted by T. Carlita, where the true stories are told and great music is played.
Bye.